Welcome to my home lab. In this new video, we're going to prepare a new hard drive, create a file system, create volumes, and auto-mount it on boot time. First, I want to explain what we're going to do in this video. The first part, we're going to create a partition on an nvme drive with Fdisk, create a BTRFS file system, create a subvolume for virtual machines, that's for a future video, mount this subvolume to the var libvirt images directory, and then edit FSTAB to auto-mount the subvolume at boot time. The second part, we create a partition on a hard disk, also with Fdisk, create a BTRFS file system, and then we create multiple subvolumes. One for Docker data, backups, images, and Samba network shares. Also for future videos. We mount all these subvolumes and edit FSTAB to auto-mount this at boot time. Let's start. We are on our Windows command line and do SSH to our Fedora Server. You remember IP address and username. Enter password. And we are in. First, we're going to open Fdisk to inspect our hard drives. So, sudo disk and password. Up a little bit. First is our 4 TB hard drive. Here we're going to create a BTRFS file system with a couple of subvolumes. The second is the nvme 0 and 1. There's a 250 nvme. Here we will create again a BTRFS file system and subvolumes for virtual machines. That's for a future video. On the next disk we have our operating system. You remember that from previous videos. And at last, the swap file. Second command is ls blk with f. Again, the hard drive. Here we create a BTRFS file system for Docker, backups, images, and network shares. The swap file, the nvme 0 and 1 for virtual machines, and the nvme 1 and 1 with the operating system. See here the fv, boot, var, home, and root directories. Next command is df capital T H. Again, the existing file system. Here you don't see SDA and nvme 0 and 1. This one and this one you don't find here because here and here we not yet have a file system. You see that here? No file system. So the first thing, again, our explanation. The first thing we're going to do is to create a partition on the nvme. We open a new tab and create a new SSH connection. SSH, enter, password. So the first thing is Fdisk. So sudo Fdisk def nvme 0 and 1. Make sure you don't make mistakes here, because if you use a disk, all the items that on the disk are gone. So see here, nvme 0 and 1. Use that. Enter password, because sudo. And here we have Fdisk. First we do M for help. See, we have a lot of things here, but what we do now is create a new empty partition. We need the GPT partition. So G created a new GTP disk label with this UID. If you are okay with that, we need to write it here. W, write table to disk and exit. So next command, W, enter. Now we have a partition on our disk. If we do disk, oh, sorry, we need sudo. You see, nothing has changed, but sorry, here nothing has changed, but this is the disk we prepared. You see the disk identifier 111EF. It here 111EF. This number and this number are the same. Now we're going to create a BTRF file system. We have command, again sudo mkfs, so make file system dot BTRFS. F for force, capital L for label. We do VMS for virtual machines. We're going to see that. We're going to use that in a later stadium. And then the drive. So def nvme 0 and 1. Again, make sure you don't make a mistake. So see here, def nvme 0 and 1. Def nvme 0.1. And enter. See, the file system is now created. For the next step, we create a new directory. Open new tab, SSH. We go to var lib ULS, and you see we not yet have libvirt. The libvirt and images directory is needed for virtual machines with cockpit. So we do sudo mkdir libvirt. Enter password, and it's okay. We go inside it. Of course, it's empty. Now we create an extra directory images. Again, sudo mkdir images. Enter. Inside we do all, and you see we have var libvirt images. The next step is OK. Now we mount the previous created BTRF file system to our mount directory. So sudo mount label VMS from virtual machines to MNT. Enter. We do ls from the root. See here we have mount. Go inside it. We do ls and we see nothing because nothing is inside the virtual machine label here. We go inside it, that's okay. Now we create a subvolume inside the mount directory. But in fact, it's on our nvme 0 and 1. So again, sudo BTRFS subvolume create images. So what we do here on our nvme 0 and 1 BTRF file system, we create a subvolume with the name images. Enter. Oh, sorry, I make a mistake. It's BTRFS. Subvolume created. The next is to lift the subvolumes. Second command, sudo BTRFS subvolume list on the mount directory. And we see we have one subvolume with ID 256. We're going to use that in a minute. And the name images. Now we're going to mount that to our directory we created here in the libvirt images directory. It's a long command, so I will copy it. We do sudo mount -o subvol images, so this one here we just created, label VMS, see it here, label VMS, and var libvirt images. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna mount our nvme 0 and 1 to the var libvirt images directory. Enter. It's okay. Now we can unmount the mount here. This one we unmount. We never no more need that. Enter. You see, target is busy. What we do then? We do -L. Okay, that's okay. Now we can do df h here. We see def and nvme 0 and 1 on var libvirt images. That's a 250 nvme, so that's okay. But we need to do that at boot time. Therefore, we need to edit the FSTAB. Do that. First, we go to proc mounts. It's a file with all the mounts on the system. Open it, and you see here def nvme 0 and 1 var libvirt images, BTRFS, all the info from the disk. This one we're gonna copy and save it to the FSTAB file. But we need to edit something. So we do copy, then do cd, we go to the root, and we do sudo our text editor. I use v, to our etc FSTAB file. And then you see here we have the file. What we have here is the root directory, the boot, the FE, the home, and the file. Now we're gonna copy the lines from before. So we do from insert, from insert, go down, and we create a new line. The first thing is to make a comment. So mount EMS volume. Enter. Now, sorry. To copy the line, but no more. So I open a new tab, SSH. Do the cat proc mounts, and the bottom line. Copy it, go back, go here, and paste it. See, have nvme 0 and 1, var libvirt images, BTRFS, all the info from the disk. But we cannot use def nvme 0 and 1 because you're not sure this name is always the same. So go to the start. Remove that. And do label equals to PNS. And var libvirt images, it's okay. BTRFS is also okay. Read write. Check label. Real time. We go to here. And for virtual machines, we do no data count. SSD, it's okay. Discard async, it's also okay. Space cache, also okay. Subvolume 256, remember that number. And the subvol images. Everything seems to be okay. We do an enter. Okay. Colon WQ. So write and quit. We are back at the system. The last step we need to do is to reload the daemon. So sudo systemctl daemon reload. Now we're going to reboot the system and see what's happened if we come back. We're going to speed up the video and come back when the system is rebooted. So reboot. Now, enter. We are back on the command line after the reboot and can do SSH again. Password. We are in. The first command we do again, is sudo fdisk l. Password. Enter. See, our 4 terabyte drive is not changed. The 250, you see here in the previous example, the nvme 0 and 1 is changed. You see it here. So it's not a good idea to do the name, but therefore in the FSTAB file we did the label. The next command is the lsblk f. Here, now you see the SDA is not yet changed, no file system, but the nvme 1 and 1 now, but the 250, see that here, have a file system, BTRFS, have a label, PMS from virtual machines, and is mounted to var libvirt images. So the first part of the video is succeeded. But what if you make a mistake? I will show you that. We go back to our text editor and open the FSTAB file. So sudo v etc FSTAB. Enter. You see everything looks okay. We do insert and go to this line. Suppose we make a mistake and we do little s. The mistake can be everywhere, also in creating the file system, but one mistake. Escape. Follow. WQ. We do a daemon reload. So sudo systemctl daemon reload. See, nothing happened, everything stays the same. And again, we do a reboot. Now, I come back when the reboot is finished, but you're going to see we're going to have an error. Enter. The system is booted up, but if we do SSH to our server with our username and do enter, see, nothing happened. We need to wait, I think about a minute, but you're going to see you're going to have an error. SSH is not working because we make a mistake in the FSTAB. You see here, SSH cannot to host, port 22, connection timeout. How we can fix that? Well, we need to go to the screen from the server. We change the setup and I come back with a new screen. Now we are at the screen from the server and you see we have an emergency mode. You are in emergency mode after logging. So we need password. Enter, and we are in, but with a root account. See, I zoomed in because otherwise the text is too small. We do sudo v etc FSTAB. You see, we don't have the whole screen, but that's no problem. As you can see, we have a mistake. We have two options, or you can make the mistake okay, or you can comment it out the new line. You can do like that, or you can make the mistake okay. Now we save it. So we do escape, colon, WQ, and we boot again and come back when everything is okay. After the reboot, we are back on our command line. Try again, do SSH to our server. You see, it's gonna work now. Password. And we are logged in. The next big step is we create again a partition, but now on our hard disk with Fdisk. We create a BTRFS file system. We're going to create multiple subvolumes for Docker backups, images, and network shares. We mount everything and then edit FSTAB to auto mount the subvolumes. We go back to the command line, clear everything out. Now we can do ls blk. So gonna fix the SDA hard drive. So sudo fdisk def SDA. Make sure you select the right drive, because if you have data on it, the data is lost. Enter, password. You see it here. Be careful before using a write command. We create a new empty GPT partition table, G. The table is created. You see here the number. But now we need to write the table to the disk. We do W, write table to disk, and exit. So W, everything is done. Now we need to create a BTRFS file system. So I go copy the command, sudo mtfs create file system BTRFS force label, now it's data, and def SDA. Enter, and you see here all the information. The data is on the disk. So we do ls blk, the SDA, BTRFS, label data, the UID. See here, it's the same from here. Not yet something mounted, because we don't have any subvolumes on our new hard drive. The next step is to create some subvolumes. First, we create some directories. mkdir. We do it on our home. Username. Open curly braces. And the first is Docker. Second is backups. Third is images. And the last is network share. close it. So we create 1, 2, 3, 4 directories under home username. So we create 4 directories in one command. Enter. If we do now cd home username, we do rs, you see backups, Docker, images, and network shares. All these directories are for future videos. The next command is to mount the created BTRFS file system with label data to our mount directory. So sudo mount label data, here, data, to mount. Now we go inside the mount. MNT. But nothing is inside because not yet have something on the file system. Now we have to create a couple of subvolumes. I copy them one by one. So sudo BTRFS subvolume create Docker. First, change Docker to backups. Backups, yes. Again, images, enter. And the last, network shares. Now we're going to list the subvolumes. Maybe you remember command from the previous example. So sudo BTRFS subvolume list under mount. Enter. You see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 subvolumes with ID 256, 257, 258 and 259 with the name. Now we have to mount these subvolumes to these directories. So we have the command sudo mount -o subvol equal to Docker. That's the first. Label equal to data, capital letters, and our directory. So plus home username and so we mount this subvolume to this directory. Enter. We do that a couple of times. Now we do backups. Change 2 times. I do the name backup and the name from the directory also backup, but that's not necessary. You can do different names. It's up to you. Enter again. Now we do images. Also this one, images. Enter. And the last is network shares. Also, in my example, I always use the home username directory, but also that's not needed. You can change that. Example, the mount or another directory. Enter. I think I make a mistake. I see it. See? It's not network shares, but network share. And I see here, I do network shares. Oh, that's okay, network shares. But the directory is network share. Okay. Now we unmount the mount directory. So I do sudo umount. Again, target is busy. What we do? The L target. Okay. Now we can go to the proc mounts. See, cat proc mounts. And we see on the bottom def SDA, the directory, BTRFS, all the parameters, the subvolume ID, and the subvolume. We copy that. Copy. Now we go to the FSTAB. So sudo file or another text editor, etc FSTAB. You remember the file from the first part. I do I for insert and go down one line. Again, I do a comment, mount, data, volume. Enter. Now, again, I do a new tab, SSH, password. I do cat proc mounts. Because I copied twice. I need to copy again. Here, all everything, copy it. Go to the first tab and do paste. Again, SDA, the directory, BTRFS, all the data, the ID, and the name from the subvolumes. So what we need to do is to change def SDA, because remember from the first part, you're not always sure about the name, but label is always correct. Label equals to data. We do that 4 times. Do that all first. Label data. Label equals to data. And the last label equals to data. Make sure you don't make any mistake, because you remember also from the first start, a little mistake and the system is not booting properly. Everything seems okay. You can escape. Column WQ. So write and quit. Okay. Now we do a system daemon reload. Enter. Do sudo reboot now and come back when the system is rebooted properly. The last part of this video, we test out if everything is okay. We can log in again, SSH, to see everything is working now. And we are logged in. That means our edit from the FSTAB file is successful. We can do again sudo fdisk. What should password? Gonna see nothing has changed here. A 4 terabyte drive, our nvme 250, the 1 terabyte nvme, and the swap file. But now if we do ls plk with the F, see SDA have a BTRFS file system, a label from data, but have 4 mount points: home, username, backups, network share, images, and Docker. Our NVMe 250, also a BTRFS file system with label VMS, 1 mount point for libvirt and images. You can also do df capital TH. Again, SDA, BTRFS, 4 mount points: Docker, images, network shares, and backups. Every mount point have a usable space from 3.7 terabyte. We have also the boot and the EFI, the home and the var, and the root. On the dev NVMe 1 and 1, we have our var libvirt images mount point for the virtual machines. So, that was it for today. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Thank you very much and see you later.